Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, over the past, I want to say like month, I've received quite a few new packages in the mail. So I really just wanted to sit down today and play with some new stuff. Know my thoughts on a few things and I'm not too sure what look I want to go for. I'm basically wanting to try and do something maybe a little bit smoky, maybe play with some bronze, maybe glitter. I'm not too sure yet. So I'm guessing we'll just jump in and we will see what happens. So as always, I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. With that, I don't have anything new for my eyebrows because, you know, once you find something that works, it's hard to step away from it. I'm going to be filling them in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow. So just starting by spooling them all up because as you guys know, I love me a good bushy eyebrow. Just starting off by basically drawing a straight line all the way under the eyebrow. I don't want this to be too dark, so when I say draw a straight line, I don't mean go like, I do like little flicky motions so that things aren't too crazy. Once that line is underneath and is looking a little bit more defined and structured, I then start doing little flicky upwards motions, and I basically do this through the whole eyebrow. I go in with my Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is just in the shade 4, and I'm going to start brushing that through my eyebrows, but I'm going to be lifting my brows upwards, so I'm not just combing them straight down into like, you know, a normal eyebrow position. I'm just flicking them up, basically so that all the hairs almost just like, you know, stand up on edge. When you use the Gimme Brow, you want to be quite light-handed just because it can get really pigmented really fast. So once we've done that, I'm then going to go in with my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter and just go over the top, doing the exact same thing as what I did with the Gimme Brow. So the difference between the Gimme Brow and the Brow Setter is the Gimme Brow is more of like a tint. It's got little fibres in it, so it adds volume to your eyebrows, and then the 24-Hour Brow Setter is like hairspray for your eyebrows basically. Alright, so once my eyebrows are all nice and fluffed out and set, I'm then going to go in with my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, and I'm just going to use this to carve out under my eyebrow and then to conceal and set my eyelid ready for shadows. So I'm just using a flat concealer brush for this. This one is by Spectrum. Once that concealer base is down, I'm just going to go in with a translucent powder, or you could use, you know, your normal face setting powder, and I'm just going to set that concealer down. So I kind of feel like using Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows today. I don't have any new eyeshadows that would go with the kind of look that I'm sort of aiming for today. So I've gone in and I've used the two Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So I've used Subculture and I've used, which one's which? Prism and Subculture. Two of probably their least popular eyeshadow palettes because they are an absolute biatch to work with. To start off, I just am taking my Morphe M507 brush, which is the teeny tiny blending brush, moving into the shade Parallel from the Prism palette, and I'm basically just going to start stamping this eyeshadow on my outer corner and through my crease as well. Just trying to get as much pigment payoff as possible. Gonna look a little bit crazy to start off with. I'm going to go into the Subculture palette with the same brush, take the shade Fudge, and I'm going to put that on top of the parallel shade. Just grabbing a larger blending brush, and we can start actually just buffing these two shades out. Going backwards and forwards with both of those colours. Just to make sure that I'm getting the shade that I want, and I'm going to go backwards and forwards with the brushes just to make sure that I'm getting the blend that I want as well. I'm then going to dip into New Wave from the Subculture palette, and I'm just going to pop that right on top, and I'm really going to buff this out. This can be as blown out as you want. So I'm even taking it up into my eyebrow. And I'm going to start pulling it out as well. The whole fun of these kinds of looks is that they're supposed to be untidy, you know, they're not supposed to look super put together. They're supposed to be messy and grungy, and they can look complicated, but they're actually just super easy because of that. Alright, so once we are all smoked out and looking like we've been punched in the face, I'm then going to go ahead and cut my crease. To do that, I'm just taking a concealer and a flat brush. I'm just going to cut my crease. Okay, so once our crease is nice and cut, I'm going to take this product by Too Faced, which was kindly gifted to me by Mecca, and this is their liquid glitter eyeshadow, and this shade is in the shade Citrus Mistress. First, start off by popping this straight from the applicator just onto the eyelid. Going to just take a little flat brush, so this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills A2 brush, and I'm just going to wipe off the product onto the brush just so we can have a little bit more control over where we are placing the product. I'm going to start bringing that all the way up to my crease. I really like these glitter shadows from Too Faced. They're definitely more of an eye topper though. Like, as you can see, it's not like super coloured coverage on my eyelid. You can still see the concealer underneath, but that's fine. While our base is still tacky, I'm going to take the bronzed glitter from Helene Cosmetics. I've used this one before. I don't really want to dip it out there, but it's basically, yeah, it's just a bronze glitter. And while our base is still tacky, I'm just going to tap this on top. And this not only is, you know, extra glitter, which who doesn't love extra glitter, it is also going to add a little bit of extra colour coverage as well. So just tapping that. We'll then go back into my Prism palette, and I'm just going to take the black shade on a little pencil brush. I'm just going to start stamping that on my outer V. Just drag it a little bit into the glitter. Bring it up. Just make sure we get a lot of pigment from this. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush. So this is a Morphe M515. Picking up some of that black. And I'm just going to start buffing that on top of our cut crease. Just to add a little bit more depth, dimension. A little fluffy brush, just blend it all out. Keep building on this black until it is as pigmented as what I want it to be. Just start buffing out these edges. Now I'm just taking a liquid liner. So the one I'm using is by Benefit. It's just the roller liner. And I'm just going to draw a line along my lash line. So I want it thinner in the inner corner, and then I'm going to make it thicker in the outer corner. And just blend it into that black shadow. Alright, so now we can move on to our face. I know I look a little bit insane, but that's fine because once our face is on, everything is going to come together. Okay, so to start off with, I'm actually going to be taking the Huda Beauty Nymph Body Highlighter in shade Luna. And I know it says body highlighter, but she advertises it all over her socials that you can use this under your foundation, on top of your foundation. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. It comes in 3 shades. So there is the one that I'm going to use today, which is Luna, which is more of like a pinky champagne colour. There is Aphrodite, which is a little bit more bronze but still quite champagne. And then there is Aurora, which is stunning, like a stunning bronze. So today we are just going to use the shade Luna. So you're supposed to apply it with this Body Blur and Glow little brush as well. But I'm sure you could just use a sponge, or honestly your hands, or you know, just any kind of like foundation brush would work. Take a pump, or like a pump and a half of that just on the little buffing brush, and I'm going to buff that into my skin. I have used this before. It smells like, it's weird because it kind of smells like fake tan, but like a vanilla fake tan. Like it's got that coconut, you know, that just that fake tan smell. But yeah, I do like it. I have used it before. I like it because there are face illuminators that you can buy that go on and they look like this and you look crazy, and then you put your foundation on top and you just look like, I don't know, like yeah, you look glowy but you just look oily, and the foundation doesn't sit properly on top of it, or the foundation doesn't last as long on top of it. Whereas with this, actually dry down eventually, and it just like makes your foundation look glowier. Like it's not like a crazy not a crazy glow. It's not a crazy glow that comes through from the foundation. It's more of like a really subtle, natural glow, and it doesn't make your foundation wear less, like have less wear time either. For foundation, I have used this one before, however I got sent like a few new shades in a lovely little PR release, and this foundation is by Bobbi Brown. It is my favourite foundation of all time. It looks beautiful on all skin types. It's stunning. Anyway, the shade that I'm going to be using today is Natural Tan, which I'm not too sure if it's going to be a little bit too dark for me, but that's fine. Piece of this onto my flat brush, and I'll just put this all over my face. I haven't actually tried the Nymph highlighter under this foundation yet, because I have been wearing my Hourglass Vanish foundation quite a lot, which I love, because this foundation is like a dewy foundation anyway. I was really excited to see how it was going to perform. Just don't get it. It doesn't come out. The worst thing about this foundation is the friggin' like dropper thing. Like, I've literally used this bottle like twice, like this shade twice, and it's just not coming out of the friggin' thing. It's so nice. Oh my god, I love this foundation so much. It's like it's not full coverage, it's not light coverage, so I'd say it's a medium coverage. It is super dewy, just natural, looks like skin, she says, as she's caking her face. That may be the Nymph highlighter underneath, but even without like the Nymph highlighter underneath, the foundation is just like it's beautiful. I'm just gonna show. See, look, nothing comes out. I just don't understand. Ooh, that's gonna be way too much. Oh well, looks like we're going for 2 layers today. What I'm gonna do is, because I've just put like foundation on and been messing around my eyebrows, I'm gonna just go back in with the 24-hour brow setter and just like re-stick them up, because I have just pushed them down. They feel so crunchy because they're like already set. New in terms of concealer, so I'm just going to go in with my Huda Beauty concealer. I'm just taking the shade Marshmallow today, and I'm just going to paint that under my eyes. That is very pale. Oh well. Just, you know, spread her around a bit to even out. I've got a new setting powder which I'm obsessed with. Oh my god, change the game for setting powders. Now that our concealer is all blended out, the Hourglass Vanish powder, oh my god, what is it called? It's like veil powder. It is stunning. And I have a new little technique of what I like to do. I like to take a flat foundation brush and almost like paint the powder on under my eyes. So yeah, it is the same as baking because you're still packing that powder on, but I'm finding that this is pushing the powder in instead of just having it sit on top of the skin. I think it looks better. It looks smoother. It's not as white casty when you go to blend it out. For my lower lash line, zoom you in, I'm going to go in with the Inglot 77 gel liner, so just a black gel liner. and I'm going to pop that into my waterline. Smudge it a little bit underneath so I get in between those lashes. I'm going to start smoking out that black liner. I want to get it all in between those lashes. And that's all smoked out. We're going to go back in with our little Morphe M507 brush and just pick up the shade and just start further smoking out that lower lash line. We're looking a bit messy, aren't we? I'm going to grab a bigger brush and I'm going to pick up the shade New Wave. Just plonk that right underneath and bring it right up all the way along so that everything just seams together really nicely. When you're doing a look like this, you just really should not neglect that lower lash line. Alright, so moving on to the rest of the face, I've also received yesterday, which is very exciting, a new product from Huda Beauty, which I'm not sure when it's launching, but by the time this video goes up, it'll be launched. But this is the Huda Beauty Tantour Cream to Powder Contour and Bronzer, and like, it's so good. For the first time yesterday, I've only used one of the shades, bear in mind, and it just, yeah, it blended out like an absolute dream. I used it on top of the Hourglass Vanish foundation, and it was just like, oh my god. Like, I'm not usually a fan of cream products, but wow. Came in this little fun package, PR package, and you open it up and it's just got all 5 of the shades ranging from fair to rich, and it also has a little brush. I took the brush out, oops. It comes with this brush, so it's just a dual end brush, so you, I guess, put on with that, blend out with this side. So today I'm actually thinking, what shade should we dip into? Used yesterday, and I'm going to do, to start off, is I'm just going to dip in with this side of the brush, get some product on there, and then I'm going to start by placing this around my forehead, and I have picked up far too much. And then I'll flip the brush over and just start oh my god, like, it blends out so nice. Like, my issue with cream products, right, that I've always had is it either blends out really well and disappears, like, you're like, oh, this is blending so easy, and then all of a sudden you've got like none of the colour on your face, or it's so pigmented and so sticky that it doesn't blend at all. Whereas these are just like, it blends like an oh, I didn't wipe off my under eye powder. It blends like an absolute dream. It's got beautiful colour payoff, like, even once it's blended out. I don't know, I just love it. I'm obsessed. Look at that. Oh god. If I could recommend for you guys to get one Huda purchase, like, product, it would be this. I just can't, and it lasts really well throughout the day. Look how well that's blending out. I would even recommend, like, if you're gonna get the product, to get the brush as well, just because, like, oh my god, maybe I should try it with some different brushes and let you guys know how it goes. Like, look at that. It is so stunning. It's not lifted up any of my foundation at all. I am contoured to the gods. I wouldn't really call it a bronzer. It's definitely a contour. So I'm thinking I might go in with a little bit of bronzer. So now we'll go back in with the Hourglass Veil Powder, and I'm just going to really lightly set over my entire face. Just because we have used a lot of liquid products, we are caked up to the max. Okay. I don't think the Nymph liquid is working that well with this foundation. So Benefit has recently come out with new Hula shades, which is super exciting. So they've come out with a Hula Caramel, which is, you know, a nice warm caramel colour. And then they've come out with a really deep shade Toasted as well. So today, instead of using my regular Hula powder that I always use, I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to use the Hula Caramel bronzer, and I'm just going to use a small amount just because we already have you know, contour on. Oh god, that was a lot. Okay. Like, I'm just going to use a small amount. Not. Oh god, that was too much. I just go back in with my sponge and just dab over everything. Especially my bronzer forehead. Hit blush today just because we have got quite a lot going on the cheek. Oh, no, I'll do a little bit of blush. So I'm going to just go in with Urban Decay Score. This is nothing new. Just on the apples, really. Yeah. Just brings our face a little bit, you know, further in instead of droopy down. I'm just going to go in with the Bobbi Brown, this gold one here, which is Opal Glow. I'm pretty sure, like, well, I know that this isn't available anymore. It was a limited edition palette, but I'm pretty sure that the highlighting colours are just, they've got them, like, forever. I'm just going to touch this on my, look at my massive zit. Oh, God. Will it stop me from wearing highlighter, though? Absolutely not. So I'm just touching this on my cheekbones, my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin. Cupid's bow. You guys know I have to highlight my inner corner. So that's what we're going to do. And we're also going to go under the brow bone. So for those of you guys that follow me on Instagram, you know that I have a new lip obsession with the Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lipsticks. They are just absolutely stunning. So I received in the mail 2 brand new shades. So there's this brown shade, brownie nude, called West Coast Bay, which is just like a brown. And this shade, which is So Dasher, which is stunning. It's like a hot pink colour. But I just don't know if either of these are going to really go with the vibe of today's look. On my lips with MAC Whirl. Is 1985 is my favorite, like, nude. Oh, it's just so nude. It's like concealer lips. I love it. Nice. Okay, I kind of don't want to put anything on top now. Yeah, look. I think I'm just going to keep it concealer lips. Should I put this on top? Oh, no, I don't know what to do. Oh, no. No, that was a bad idea. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it concealer lips. Alright, so I've just gone ahead and whacked some eyelashes on, and this is the finished look. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, learned something new, maybe learned something cool about a fun new product that's come out. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave everything that I used in the description box down below as always, and I will also leave where you can find me on my other social platforms. You know, if there's anything that you guys want to see next, I'll see you in my next video.